friends, it's UrsulasRevenge and happy Wednesday update day. Today we have a particularly exciting update because we are getting some new missions and trainings with all of the other soul riders, which I was really hoping for after they released Alex's soul riding mission, so we're going to get into that. But first, there were a couple of things that happened between updates that I want to talk about. First up, there is a new redeem code if you are not aware, but this is no mere 15 star coin code. Instead, you're getting the whole Druid core outfit, just the clothing part. But it is very cute. It is all full stats and it's free. So you get the hat, the shirt, the skirt, the boots, and the gloves, all for code MEDIEVALMADNESS. And if you are not aware of the spoilers that I have posted about some of the items that have been added to the game for a future event, the post description also acknowledges what we can expect with that event. And it is confirmed that it is a replacement of the birthday event, at least for this year. So instead of the typical birthday event with the birthday cake and the trivia trail, we are getting a brand new event themed to a Renaissance festival, which I'm very excited for. I feel like this has been an extremely requested event, and I'm really glad that they're finding time or somewhere where it can fit into the schedule of calendar of events in Jorvik. The event officially begins on September 11th. I cannot wait to cover it and talk about it. I've got so many theories about it that I haven't gotten a chance to even talk about. I know that when the spoilers first dropped, a lot of people were talking about it and there were a lot of videos about it, so I didn't feel the need to make one, but I do have some specific interesting theories about some of the things mentioned in the spoilers, and I had talked about them on stream before, but if you want it in a video, let me know in the comments and I'll do maybe sort of like a speculation video about it. And then we can see what I got right or wrong in the actual event release on September 11th. Also worth noting, if you are a diehard birthday event fan and you like to get your annual sweater, that will still be available. There will still be a 13th birthday sweater and the birthday horses will be returning. It's just a new theme for the event. Honestly, the event was kind of a little bit stale because it's been the same thing for the last couple of years, so I welcome this. And after everything with the other summer events, Star Stable needs an event win. The second thing that happened between events is we have a surprise blog post. First up, they acknowledge that they have not been as transparent as they had in years past, and that this blog post is kind of an attempt to get back to that. And honestly, I think that is commendable. I'm really excited that they are recognizing that and that they are kind of taking a step in the right direction. This blog post talks about future updates and also promises that they've made in past blog posts for like what their goals were for this year, and kind of like to tell us like, hey, here is where we are on those things, what's still a priority, what's been deprioritized. And I have been waiting for this since the Equestrian Festival. Now, to be fair, one of the things that I was hoping that they would address in this article is the events and what kind of happened with Camp Western and the Rainbow Festival, and to kind of like really understand. I can kind of assume that the reason that those might not have been touched is because they were doing a lot of work on this Medieval Madness Renaissance Festival event, which is completely understandable. I think it would have alleviated some frustration if we had known that versus just experiencing the festivals with no context. Though, to be fair, it was really exciting to hear about it as like a spoiler, like something like almost like we weren't supposed to know, like it was a secret. So that was still also nice because it was such a big thing. And I also understand them maybe not wanting to share it if it wasn't ready. But either way, the blog post goes into detail about all of the things that they've talked about in like, I want to say probably like December, January blog posts where they were talking about like, hey, here's what we want to do for 2024. So they give an update on some of the different things that they kind of were hoping to do, some of their initiatives for this year. I'm not going to read through this whole thing. If you want to read through it, you should read through it. If you love this game, I mean, at least as much as I do, you should totally take a look at what the plan is, because it's kind of exciting to have the little insider scoop. But a couple of things that I wanted to at least point out. I had talked about this previously, that my theory for the communications becoming a little less transparent were due to the UI update not going according to plan. So originally the UI revamp was supposed to release in April, but then it was postponed to June, and then it was postponed to ? They kind of were vague. They were like, maybe the end of the summer, and then we hadn't heard anything since. Apparently, just before the June update released, they had an unexpected problem with the UI, and they pretty much paused it for a little bit until they could actually figure out what was wrong. And as of now, they are still working hard on it and will let us know when it will be ready. Obviously, they still hope for it to be done sooner rather than later, but it's going to take a little bit of time with some unforeseen circumstances. And I think that's something that's also important to point out here is that as frustrated as we are about the issues with the inventory system, a lot of people are running out of space, but also it's a lot clunkier than some of the other games. And especially on mobile where you can't even see what the items are, it could definitely use to be improved. As frustrated as we are about it, they're frustrated too because they really wanted this feature to work out and it's still in progress. We just might not see the whole picture until 2025. Because after the inventory update, we are getting more things like adding slots to the horse and character sheet so that we can wear multiple accessories at once. For example, so you can wear glasses and earrings at the same time. But this also opens up options and ideas for additional horse accessories such as ear bonnets and blankets. So all of these things are still coming in addition to a second inventory update which kind of updates the hair and makeup storage. So all of them are still coming. It's just taking a little bit longer than they expected. And to kind of speed through this a little bit more, there's a couple of other really interesting things here. They talk a little bit about the retrofitting for Gen 3 horses. And back in the March blog, they had talked about how they created this new system to make it a little bit easier on their end. Apparently, it's going really, really well. And the goal is to finish retrofitting all Gen 3 horses before summer 2025, which is very exciting. So all of our horses will be able to wear all of the tack. And this also means that the starter horse was the last one to be updated with the old retrofitting method. Like, as I'm scrolling through, there's so much in this article. They talk about everything from, like, Gen 4 horses, horse customization to breeding, updates to the player character model, improvements to the game as far as GUI, but also bugs. As everybody knows, bugs is, like, a huge issue with the game, and they've recognized that they've not been as vigilant as they wanted to be, but they're taking steps to be even more vigilant. And finally, it ends with a little blurb about narrative and story, which will be covered in another post, because this, again, is only part 1 of 2. So at the end of the month, we will be getting another blog post, which hopefully will talk about the main story and their plans around it, as far as ending it and starting maybe a new one, what their plan is afterwards. And hopefully, fingers crossed, a little update about events, because I'm curious. All right, now on to today's actual update. We've got some new training to do. So a couple of weeks ago, we were introduced to Alex's new training missions, and it seems like she has inspired the other Soul Riders to do some trainings of their own. So let's go meet up with Anne, Linda, and Lisa and see what training they have to offer us. Oh, okay, interesting. So now Soul Rider Training Lightning Circle with Alex is a main quest daily. Interesting. And I think my theories, I mean, I don't think I actually verbalized this theory last time, but I had talked about, okay. Remember last week when I said something about how, like, there was like a 350 underneath the horse experience in doing training with Alex, and I was like, I actually don't even remember if this part made it into the video, but I was speculating that it was maybe supposed to be like a reputation. Are we getting Druid, Lightning, and Moon and Star and Sun training reputation that we have to max out before we get to the next part of the story quest? Questions? Okay, that's my running theory. Let's go. Okay, so it looks like we can start with Anne at South of Peninsula. There's also Lisa at Jorvik Stables and Linda at Valley of the Frozen Mist. And from my understanding, they will all move to the Druid Paddock afterwards, so we won't have to travel around Jorvik for them. I am by Jorvik Stables, but the news does say specifically Anne. Well, it's not like it'll get me long to get to Jorvik Stables. It is my home stable after all. So let's go talk to Anne at Southhoof. Ooh, hold on. I was just getting my daily points because I almost forgot to do it yesterday. And when I did, I got a survey. Can we take a quick minute of your time to fill out a quick survey about the Trailblazer Track? Your feedback will help us. Absolutely. Trailblazer Track has been a fun addition to the game. Strongly agree. Trailblazer Track has made me want to play more every day. Strongly agree. It was easy to understand how the Trailblazer Track works and what I had to do to get the rewards. Not really. So I still see people confused about how the Trailblazer Track works. Yesterday in global chat, somebody was talking about the different points that you get for doing the rune carving. Somebody was saying, they're like, oh, it either gives 20 or 50, I'm not sure. And the truth is, it gives whatever task you're on. And I don't think people realize that each individual activity doesn't give a specific point value, rather that it just gives points and you get less depending on how many activities you do a day. So I think that maybe needed to be communicated a little bit better. I only found out because somebody told me and then I told you guys. So I would say disagree, because obviously the concept of earning points and like claiming rewards is easy enough, but the breakdown of the points is not very clear. The value of the rewards in the Trailblazer Track is fair for the amount of work I put in to get them. I agree. I mean, I'm about half. I didn't even get to show you my progress yet. I was planning on doing it at the end of the video. I'm a little bit more than halfway at week 1, and I've unlocked the pants as part of the outfit set. I could see people maybe not wanting to receive the seeds at like, what was it, like level 11 or 12 or something like that, because like 15 seeds compared to like a 7-day stable care coupon. I don't know if people are going to be excited about that, but to be fair, I was a little bit excited about it because I was almost out of seeds, and I hadn't been gardening because I haven't been running out in Valdale for a little while, so I was a little bit out of seeds, so I don't mind, but at the same time, I could see people not being that interested in it, especially new players who haven't done the Druid paths yet. So I'll say agree. I mostly play Star Stable on this type of device, a computer. Finish the survey. All right. You know, claim your daily reward today. Maybe you'll also get the survey because, yeah, I guess the survey's rolled out now. All right. On to the tree. Anne? Where? Hold on. Where's Anne? Maybe I need to switch to my other shaders. Anne? Stone circle. Ancient tree. Is this just the stone circle, but not the secret stone circle? How have I never noticed that? And South Hoof Peninsula. I don't see a yellow exclamation. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to turn it back on. There she is. Found you. I figured a change of scenery would be refreshing before we start training. The singing you, it's beautiful and haunting. After I returned to Jorvik, Alex told me about the lengths you went to find Concord and how it led you to this Life Warden tree. In fact, she introduced me to someone who helped you along the way. Justin! Anne didn't know Justin? Justin, you found your way here fast. I didn't get the chance to read what Justin said. Silly me. I'm no stranger to the singing you. I visit her often, actually. She helped me perform the Whisperer's Cry. I haven't forgotten my vow to help her regrow in exchange for that. It was all worth it to find Concord, though. Speaking of which, look at her. She's grown so fast. Yes, a 5-leaf clover and some Vala magic works wonders. How's life, Justin? I hear you're still hard at work at Moorland Stables. Life is hectic. There are more new riders than ever, and that means using my wild whispering abilities every day to pair them up with a horse. If I take a day off, then a new rider will miss out on meeting their soul horse. I can't take that chance. It sounds like an awful lot of pressure. I guess it is. Sometimes I wish I could return to the time before I connected with all this magic stuff. But this is my destiny. I have to put it towards a good cause. Destiny can be a cage. The Keepers of 18 obsess over destiny, but they have such a narrow view of things. We've made recent discoveries that they were oblivious to. Half the time, I don't know whether to trust them or turn my back on them forever. Honestly, Anne was really real for that, because I agree. I do not trust the Keepers of 18. I have not talked about it in a theory video yet, but I don't trust them. Maybe they're just as lost as the rest of us, looking for answers to the questions we can't express. I thought I knew all there was about horses until I unlocked my gift and a whole new world was revealed to me. The Druids can only do so much. It's up to you Soul Riders to fill in the gaps of your story. You're right, Justin. I'm unsure about things. Only time can tell. I am unsure about things. Justin, I admire that you talk about the Druids so highly after they treated you so badly. I never thought of it like that before. There's no black and white view of it, really. I guess deep down I'm terrified that the worst will happen. The boundaries between our realm and Pandoria will shatter, and the unreality. Easy, Sunrider. Deep breaths. I hope the Druids know what they're doing this time with the Light Book and the Light Ceremony. Even if they don't, the 5 of you will figure out a way to solve things. You both have a lot of world saving to do. I won't keep you any longer. Bye! That was nice. Meet you at the Druid Paddock to train. You got it, Anne. Alright. Let's go talk to Lisa. Actually, where am I closest to? No, we're gonna go talk to Linda. So we gotta go to, Valley of the Frozen Mist. We're going to Dino Valley? Shortcut. Ah, here you are. Okay, by the ice cave. You can't do this quest on horseback. Well, I was misled because Linda's on horseback. I've been longing to return to the Stonecutter's Vault ever since we first stepped foot in here. As much as I love the hustle and bustle of training, it's nice to balance it with some good old-fashioned sleuthing. We need knowledge to prepare for the upcoming battle. Most importantly, we need to know more about your part in this, Arya. Who goes there? Just when I thought we'd get some peace and quiet. Soul Riders, you have come to pester me again? So soon after you were last here? Magnus Steiner. No, we haven't stepped foot in this vault for a while. But I could have sworn... No, another time perhaps. A lot of your kind have passed through here over the years. You mean other Soul Riders? I knew it! Can you tell us what you know? Soul Riders are always searching for something. Answers, power, time. Yep, there are so many unanswered questions. Where will we perform the light ceremony? Guardian's Dale? I remember that Evergrey said it was built by Pandorians. But why? Nothing makes sense. It feels like we're missing a piece of the puzzle. I'm afraid I do not have the answers you seek. In fact, I believe nobody does. But without all the answers, we won't be able to stop the Dark Riders. Not with that attitude. Not with that attitude. What you require is already a part of you. A quest for knowledge is infinite. Wisdom, however, comes from within. So what you're saying is we should just trust ourselves. I can try. Yes, now if you have questions, speak them. What do you know about the light ceremony? What were the previous Soul Riders like? Give us a piece of advice. Okay, so I have theories about the previous incarnation of... This has been the episode of me talking about theories I have and not saying what those theories are. I have a script planned for this particular instance about the past Soul Rider Sisterhood that I have not gotten around to recording because the voice part's fine, but I don't know what visuals to put with it is the problem because it's all in my head. Anyways, what were the previous Soul Riders like? I have met far too many generations of Soul Riders to remember them all, but as a whole, I can say the moon lifts the shroud of past and present. She sees everything and nothing. The sun defies time and space. It heals and it burns. The star gives life and brings light, but with it comes loss. Okay, so I'm interested why it says the star is not healing. When the star is healing, the sun is not healing. So, interesting. The star gives life. I'm guessing they're saying like it's more than just healing. It's like revivify? I don't know. And lightning strikes as the warrior scorches forward. And with the fifth emerges, scarcer than the stars aligning, a beacon of hope is lit. The fifth is a candle guiding the sisterhood and illuminating the path ahead to cut through the darkness. Ooh, interesting. What do you know about the light ceremony? I did not involve myself in druidic affairs in life and in death. I plan to keep it that way. However, whenever malevolent forces poison Jorvik, Aideen's warriors subdue them with the light ceremony. Yet there are instances of this process being reversed, where dark forces overwhelm the light, corrupting it and using the energy to unleash horrors into our world. It cannot be stopped unless someone is there to tip the scales. Truly, the only constant is change. Give us a piece of advice. I'm old and stuck in my ways. I fear I have no advice to give. Alas, I will share with you some words I heard from a lady of lore long time ago. To close the door, you first must open it. Seek not the tome, for it serves only to close. Look instead for steadfast roots where time stands still. Interesting. Steadfast roots, so they're talking about, like, the Brambletween, where time stands still. To close the door, you have to open it. You have to actively choose to fight Garnock. Seek not the tome, for it serves only to close. So the tome, like the light ceremony book? No questions. Although, I have plenty of questions. Sure is a lot to take in. As I said, the quest for knowledge is infinite. Now, off with the both of you. I'm in need of a nap after all this nattering. Okay. It can be hard to trust myself sometimes, but Magnus's wide, prosaic words helped with that. Meet me at the Druid Paddock to train. Alright. And to Jorvik stables. Oh, hey, here you are. This place hasn't changed one bit. Really hasn't. Although, I'd like it to. Look, Starshine, that horseshoe you kicked off is still on the roof. It's beyond me how you managed that. Arya, I'm sure you've heard that these stables were basically home base for the Soul Riders. And during those days, a very special person was there to guide us. Herman! Oh, he's still running. Herman is still running, canonically faster than a horse. By Aideen, if it isn't my favorite Soul Riders of the Star Circle. Herman, I had a feeling you'd be around. Starshine, my dear friend, it's good to see you. Your mane is looking as sleek as ever. Rice water rinses old pal, it's my best kept secret. Arya, do you know that Herman helped us out the last time evil forces emerged in Jorvik? He's the reason the others and I even met. You flatter me. It was higher forces beyond our understanding that ensured the Soul Riders united once more. Now, what brings you to Jorvik stables? It's happening again, Herman. Darkness falls to shroud Jorvik once more. And so the warriors of light must rise to meet it. I'm not the spry fighter I once was, but if my wisdom is of any use, I'm willing to share. How do you know about all of this? Give us a piece of advice. What do you know about me? It's nice that they're kind of bringing in, like, Starshine Legacy lore, because, I mean, Herman is kind of the reason why they all met. It's the reason that Starshine and Lisa were paired together, and why Sabine is not welcome at Jorvik Stables for the Equestrian Festival. How do you know about all this? I've always had a connection to horses, but it wasn't until I met Fripp and he put a name to my gift, Wild Whispering, that I became entwined in the eternal battle between Aideen and Garnock. Thrust into a life of magic and intrigue, I aided the last generation of Soul Riders with their challenges, but the dangers of loss weighed heavily on me, and so I hung up my hat, retiring from a life of adventure. So the dangers and losses weighed heavy on me, so I hung up my hat. Okay. Aideen, however, had other plans. The next generation of Guardian horses and Soul Riders found their way to my stables one by one, and I helped them ward off the Dark Riders again. I thought that was the end of it, but now trouble looms again. Give us a piece of advice. Looking for advice, eh? Well, there may be times when the sacrifices you make feel extreme, but remember, it's for the safety of Jorvik, and then it's worthwhile. And what do you know about me? About you, Arya? Simply put, you're the 5th Soul Rider. Little is known about your place in this legend, and sometimes I wonder if that's intentional. Like that suspiciously missing statue in Guardian's Dale. Are we gonna, like, somehow restore the statue? That'd be cool. That's that, then. Thanks, Herman. Your clarity is refreshing. Things haven't been so straightforward. No kidding, our journey has taken so many twists and turns it's hard to keep up. Legends are fickle, Lisa. Just as you seemingly approach a finale, another obstacle appears, veering you down a tangent of adventure. This time, however, I sense that we are at the final chapter of our saga. Anyway, enough pontificating. Lisa, Arya, have you considered that you were both once newbies to Jorvik? And just look at the journey you've made since then. Hear, hear. You're right, Herman. We've come so far as a team. Now you should go back to your world-saving escapades, and if Evergrey's still running around, give the scoundrel my regards. Oh, there he goes. Running away. Just taking a lap. Meeting Herman is always a treat. If you let him know you're coming, he'll even bake you cookies. She didn't tell us to meet her at the Druid Paddock. Alright, I guess it's fine. She just said ask him for cookies next time and bounced. Okay, so now we have Soul Rider training with everyone. Alright, let's start with Anne. Let's open some portals again. Must be on foot to do this. Interesting. Alright, cool. Ooh! Ooh! Hold on. That was cute. That was fun. She's like, hey, open up a portal, go from here to there. That's like a cute little training. Okay, nice and easy. 200 horse experience. Pretty good. Pretty good. You make it look easy. Until next time. Okay, and we got another 350 for this. Do we have like a new... Do we have a new reputation? No. It's like a secret reputation. Unless it's not been implemented yet, so that we can't like max it out before the next quest. I don't know. Alright, going in order, let's go to Linda. It's time to dispel the deception once more. Is that a wall? Okay. Dispel, dispel, dispel. Okay, so I guess part of Linda's abilities is to kind of see through illusions. That was enlightening. Let's regroup soon. Okay. And Lisa. Want to practice your healing skills? Ooh! Oh, is this like Pandoric mushrooms? Are we turning them into normal mushrooms? Ooh, we're turning them into flowers! Oh, look at this cute little, like, dish. How cute is that? Alright. So we've done all of the new Soul Rider training. While we're here, we might as well just do Alex's again. There we go. Okay, so we have completed all of our Soul Rider training. Double check. Yep, no more main quests. I'm so glad that we have training with all of them. This way it's not like, you know, only training one ability. I mean, if we are the 5th, we should train them all, and I'm glad that they've, I'm glad that we have daily training. The next part of the news is about additional Gleaming Glamour sets. So last week we got 2 new ones with the Frisians release, and we've got 2 more. So this time we have a, actually it's like our first set of rose gold bits for attack, which is very exciting. I've wanted a rose gold set for a while. So it's the same sort of Baroque style, or rather it's called, actually the translation's missing at the moment, but it's the Gleaming Glamour set, but in 2 additional colors. We have a white, brown, and rose gold set. Same thing with the boots, saddlebag, the 2 different saddle pads, 2 different saddle styles, and the 2 different bridles, as well as this red and silver set. With all the same items, just, you know, different recolors, all in the same set. I expect these are also available in Jarlaheim, outside of Linda's house, where the other ones were available. And the last blurb in this week's news is again about the Trailblazer Track. I'm not sure if it's anything new. It doesn't look like it. It maybe just looks like clarification, or maybe they just copy and pasted it to remind us, like, hey, Trailblazer Track is still here. And as a reminder, there is 3 weeks of the Trailblazer Track. We just finished week 1. This is week 2. We will have 1 more week of the Trailblazer Track. It ends on September 4th. So as a reminder, the end date is up at the top left so that you can keep track of your progress. How did I get an uneven number? Like, what? How did I get 77? Because the lowest you can get is 2. Oh, that's gonna bother me. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so we have another 2 weeks left of the Trailblazer Track, so make sure to get your points in, do your dailies, do at least your minimum 12 tasks, and see how far you get on the path. That is all we have for this week's update, but I have a couple of things that I still want to talk about. You might have noticed at the beginning of this video that everything was looking a little orange, a little autumnal, and that's because we've got some new shaders. So these are my standard Spring Arya shaders, but now, if you're feeling the fall vibe as much as I am, you can also have the Autumn Arya shaders, which comes in 4 varieties. There is Autumn Arya with and without blur, and Autumn Arya Storm with and without blur. It just cuts a lot of the blue out to make things a little stormier. All of these shaders, including my Spring Arya shaders, both in blur and not blur, are available for free on Ko-Fi. The link is in the description if you want to download it for yourself. And I cannot stress this enough, it is free. Just do not donate anything, just $0. It is totally fine. Now there is one more thing that I want to do this week, and it's actually in preparation for next week's update. So next week, we are getting some updates to Idris's Circus area and Nilmer's Highland, as well as a new pony race, or at least maybe an updated pony race. So I just want to document what they look like this week so we can see what the changes are next week. So I haven't been inside Idris's tent for a little while after, you know, besides doing the butterfly race. I don't know what this hat is. I'm guessing it's like Idris's old hat, but why is it floating here aside from magic? Like, I thought like I'd be able to put it on or something, but no, it's just floating here. I don't know if this is supposed to be possible. If you're supposed to be able to run and jump through all the hoops. I don't think so. I guess it's really for like 2 people to do, so like one person runs and hits all the buttons, and the other person jumps through all the hoops. Not sure. It's also worth pointing out that like I don't know what exactly they're updating. Like I don't know if it's just a texture update or if they're like I don't are they gonna touch the inside of the tent? They might not. Who knows? You know what, now that I'm actually looking at the coming next week text, it doesn't even mention a Nilmer's Highland / circus update or the pony race. Instead, it actually says a bizarre week indeed. So updates are always subject to change, so I guess we'll see next week if we see some visual updates to the Nilmer's Highland area, a new pony race, a bizarre, a combination of all 3. Who's to say? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was kind of a long one. I hope that you don't mind me prattling on. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. I do try to cover every Wednesday update and more. Let me know if you want me to talk about some of my theories for this medieval event. And otherwise, I will see you next week for next Wednesday's update. Bye!